Welcome everybody to another episode of Playing It by Ear. I am your host, Rodrick Fox. Before we start, I want you to go ahead and like, share, comment, get ready, invite somebody. It's going to be another great show because we have a phenomenal artist with us, a great friend of mine. She is a singer, songwriter, performer. She's some of everything. I'm really going to let her explain all of this. And I want my YouTube family to help me welcome my special guest, Miss Dria.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I don't know what to do.
Stop. Dria's in the house, y'all. Listen, go ahead and share, because this, like I said, it's gonna be a great episode. All right, Dria, what's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm just happy to be on Play It by Ear. Yes. I'm so happy to finally be here.
Look,
I meant to say that.
We talked before we started,
okay.
And we're going to be good.
All right.
So listen, I always have a question that I always ask my guests, kind of my opening line. And I want to know if someone hasn't met you, they don't know of you, which is very unlikely. Who is Miss Dria?
Miss Dria is, now let me say this. Miss Dria is a Southern soul artist.
Okay. Clear it up.
I know. She is an amazing Southern soul artist. Okay. I've been in the Southern soul artist game for about 2 years now.
Been that long?
I know. I said the same thing. Oh my God. And her music is on all platforms. But she's a mother as well outside of that. She is saved, love the Lord, love her kids and family, and love music. That's it.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna do this differently because it's Dria.
Oh God.
So we know who Miss Dria is. Who is Andria?
Andria is a introvert.
Really?
Yes, very much so.
Dria, I've been knowing you.
I know. So
a long time. I ain't never. Introvert was not the word I would have probably said.
I am an introvert. I am a social introvert. Okay. Let me say that.
Socially, okay.
Socially, and I say that because I feel like I've had to be social. You know, just growing up, I just felt like I had to be social.
Okay.
But Andria is very much so an introvert. Okay. Definitely a mom. Love her boys. I love supporting them. They play basketball, and so they run track. I love supporting them. Andria's in the military as well.
Okay.
So
thank you for your service.
You're welcome. I don't do much,
no,
but
Lord Jesus, have mercy. Me and my sister was talking about this, and I think it's very common for a lot of us that was brought up in church, raised in church, to, even though we are personally withdrawn, learn how to function on stage in public with a microphone, spotlight. Is that, would you say that happened to you? Because you say you're an introvert, but every time I've seen you, you've been singing or talking or preaching or something. So
ministry allows and kind of makes you be a, what is it, an extrovert? That's what it is. That's what it is. Make sure I don't get it.
Extrovert.
I know, because it'll go viral if I get it wrong.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so ministry makes you be an extrovert. But I think God uses people that are usually, kind of closed in. Reserved, and to love on people because, that it just makes you open up. But ministry just made me be a extrovert, but I'm naturally an introvert. I naturally
learn
have to
something new.
Yeah, naturally. Most people would probably say, Dria's an extrovert.
Definitely,
no, I'm not, honey.
Definitely.
I don't even be like people.
Yeah, Lord Jesus. So listen, what I like to do, or what we want to do, we want to kind of go through your past, go through your present, what you got planned going up. So if that who Miss Dria is, that's who you are. How did that start? Where did that start? Like what introduced you to music? So to want to do this?
I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a Jackson Jew, big time. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. My church home is Greater Mount Calvary Baptist Church.
In Jackson?
In Jackson, on Robinson Road. All right now.
Shout out.
That's who baptized me.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's who introduced me to music. So we had one of the baddest choirs back in the day in Jackson, Mississippi. Amazing minister of music. He's actually was the band director at Jackson State.
Okay.
Mr. Dow Taylor. So,
really?
Yeah.
I met him. He came down and played for an event with man I did, and I met him. Amazing guy.
Yeah, he is. He's actually, and I know this is very simple, but it is very critical for any person that's holding a mic. He taught me how to hold a mic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I used to hold a mic like this.
Like church, yeah.
So crazy. He was like, "Who can hear you?"
Yeah, can't nobody
And so
hear.
I always remember to keep the mic in front of me.
Yeah. Singers.
Please,
I ain't gonna talk about the ministers, but when you cuff the mic,
please stop.
you're defeating so many things. So just it's okay. You can get all that grit and growl, just holding it right, and we'll be able to hear you instead of.
I know, but when you have not been taught,
Yeah.
and
It's habit.
it's what you quote unquote see on TV, and all your stars, they're holding it like that. But honey, they got 50 mics.
Yeah,
they mic'd up in other places.
yes,
So, that's really where I learned showmanship. How do you present yourself when you're about to sing?
Yeah.
So, that's what my music, I say my music background. And in all honesty, my dad and my mom are singers. My dad and his family play all instruments.
Didn't know that.
I know.
But who is this person I'm meeting?
And Andria?
I'm just good God.
But yeah, so
So, did you go to school in Jackson?
I did. I did. I didn't graduate from high school, but I went to school all the way up to middle school.
Okay, so middle school, did you go to band? Were you in band?
No, I was in chorus.
I take that.
Yeah, I was in chorus. I tried band.
Yeah. We've been having this kind of, not a debate, but most church musicians that I know were opposed to the band.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of them. Especially those that started playing early.
Okay, I could see that.
Or didn't have like someone older saying, "Hey, you need to do this. This is gonna help you," because it was slow. Like if you could play and you got to go in there and play, like basically
and
learn.
And you got to learn. Yeah,
it was kind of like,
I can play by ear. I can learn it.
I'm good.
Yeah,
and I'm making money.
Period. So I think it's all about what the church has desired back then. Yeah. It was different. Yeah. You could go to church and not get the fundamental and play bunker
Yeah, but your Miss Music, him being at Jackson State and knowing those things, probably that was an advantage for you.
It was, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh.
It was. It really was because, like I said, he really taught showmanship. Like we had to be a certain way in the choir scene. So it was, but in all honesty, my natural ability to be musically was really God-given. Okay. It really was a gift. Like, yeah, it was purely a gift.
Yeah, let's talk about that. God-given. So that's another thing. God-given talent, which all talent believes God-given.
Yeah, but some of it, your gift.
Some of it is learned too. So like, how some people can play an instrument, never took lessons, can't even really explain it, and those had to like learn, take lessons. How do you feel? Where you in that? Like,
do you think singers are like that?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I know singers that can sing off sight read, but they can't sing like. And in church you kind of thrown to the wolves. You gotta sink or swim.
Yeah, I think that's I don't think that's a learn. I don't think you could learn your gift. I think you could cultivate it. Let me say that. I think you've always had the gift. I think it just takes someone to either pull it out of you or for a moment to happen for that gift to be manifested and cultivated. I think God gives gifts
right
when you're born. I think that gift is always in.
I'm gonna have to sit on that.
Yeah, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that people can't learn things, but as far as being great at it or it being something that's a part of you, even for a person that could sight read, you made the statement, someone that could sight read, but they can't just
sing a song.
Just go off and sing a song. I think that's still a gift. Definitely. Because I don't do well at sight reading, and I took chorus. I don't do well at it. I can, but it's gonna take me a minute. Now, I feel like that's something I probably could cultivate
if you tried.
If I tried.
Okay.
So I think that those are the learning things. But as far as singing, I feel like that's a gift.
I'm gonna have to come back with that one. We're gonna come back to that later on. I'm thinking about it. All right, so you went to middle school. You in chorus. Did you finish that in high school?
So I was hard headed. So Andria, listen, I was so hard headed. Well, my mom. The backstory of us not being in Jackson is my mom moved back to her hometown once I was 8th grade. Okay. So I didn't finish school in Jackson. I finished school in Starkville. Okay. So she moved back home, and I think I was probably a little more rebellious because I was, being a teen. Oh yeah, I was rebellious. I think I was.
I wouldn't have never have guessed that.
You lying.
Go ahead.
You lying. No, but I was super rebellious. Even though I was a church girl, don't get me wrong. I love the Lord.
Them the ones.
Don't say that.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Oops. Go ahead.
But I think I was rebellious, so I didn't join chorus when I got there, and they had the best chorus program actually. Starksville does. They really do have a really good chorus program. I took chorus when I got there, but I didn't take advantage of it. So, and also I felt like I didn't have anyone that seen me and just was like, "Come here, you know what? You need to do X, Y, Z." Yeah. So
I think that's so important, especially for when you're young, to have a mentor or somebody who can, because I tell youth this, it's hard to be self-motivated like that
at that age. It's so much, even with these kids.
It's so many things going on.
Yeah, it's so much.
And being naturally talented, you take advantage. I mean, you take it for granted. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I wake up and do this. Yeah. So you don't have that. I saw an interview Usher said, and he was like, they asked him a question about dating and stuff. He was like, "Yeah, I dated, but I was so focused on trying to get to where I wanted to." And I was like, "Man, that is very rare."
Very.
But I mean, his mom was his manager, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, and another thing, we don't, especially being in the church, we don't learn how to take care of our vocals and our hands, and what we do to use, and so I didn't
give
really
it to God.
I know. Okay, honey, don't make no money off of it. Look, just give it to the Lord.
Yeah. So you in high school. What happens after high school? Because I want to get to, you say you served in the military. I want to get to that, but there's a space, right?
From when I joined the military.
From high school
to
military.
To military. So
what's that?
You have college.
Okay.
And then we get to college.
I don't know. Tell me.
You didn't go to college?
I did. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So I went and hadn't flunked out. and the truth is, my mama was tired. Yeah. And she said, "Come on home." Yeah. I said, "Oh, girl, I think I could get it together," and I didn't. I didn't get it together.
Were you partying?
Yes and no. I was not motivated. Self-motivation. And I say this to my children all the time. I cannot want it for you.
Can't do it.
And I remember my mom used to say that, and I was like, "Girl, you ain't got one for me."
Right.
But I didn't get it. Right. I got it and didn't have a thing.
High school, your senior year of high school, your freshman year of college is so vastly different for like the majority of us. Because you go from very little responsibility
to all of it.
To like all responsibility. I remember this. I remember getting up one morning. I was late. They would lock the door so you couldn't get in. So I knew I wasn't going to get in, so I just went back to bed. When I went back to class the next day, he didn't say, "Hey, where you been? Like, why
you okay?"
He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing.
This is what we did
So
yesterday.
I was like, I might do this again. And then the next thing you know,
you ain't in class ever.
Man, you playing pool.
Yeah. So this is where I messed up. Yeah. I'm going to say this, and I say this for all students. Keep your morning classes. I hated getting up in the morning for high school, so I was like, I'm going to get all noonday classes. Oh, no. I'm going to get all afternoon classes. No. I could do that, right?
No, I can't agree with you.
Not with all your friends out of school.
I had an 8 o'clock World Civ class. The best sleep I got in my life.
Listen, I didn't know. No. Ain't nobody say, Dria, keep all your classes in the morning time. I'm thinking I'm doing big dog stuff.
Yeah, because you're
grown. I can go to school when I want to.
It's your schedule.
Never went to class. Do you hear me? All my friends were done, so
you was with them.
I want to be with them.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, don't do that.
I got my.
Hey, go to school.
Right.
Go to
in
class.
the morning.
Go to class. Look, I ain't a morning person, so that 8 o'clock was not a good idea for me. But like 9, 10, I was okay. But point is, go to class. Please. All right, so you go to college. You have an amazing time. Sound like
I know, right?
How did you get? Where's the music in all this? What are you doing musically? Like
singing at church.
That's it.
That's it. Singing at church. Being in the gospel choir. I came here to MCC, so I was in the gospel choir. Yeah, so just singing in church.
Okay.
I didn't do anything major. People would want me to be like, girl, you need to do. American Idol was big back then. I graduated in 2004. Hope I'm not telling my age.
You just did.
It's all right.
Count them up, y'all.
It's
go
all
ahead,
right.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so American Idol was huge back then, and people used to always just text me and call, hey, you need to go on American Idol. So another thing about me is I do not do well with competition.
Why?
I don't know. I've never won a competition a day in my life, and I've been in a few.
You don't shine for that moment. You don't get up for that, or you kind of like, man, it's just another whatever.
I don't know. Okay. I thought I was doing my best. But I just think
that should be easy because you said the showmanship and all that kind of stuff. That should kick in like boom.
I just don't think. I told you I don't think that was my calling.
Okay.
To do that, to be in that type of limelight. I think God does things he's so strategic.
Definitely.
He's so strategic. I think if I had to start winning competitions, my entire life would have went a totally different way. And the trajectory of my life cycle probably would have been totally different. So I just think, that's just not a thing for me. When people are like, girl, you gonna do this competition? I'll be like, yeah.
Did you ever do they didn't Sunday? Well, you just say you do no competition. So
Sunday's best. It wasn't a thing. I didn't even have a desire to do anything like that. Yeah.
I feel you on that. So you just singing, just church stuff. Where does the military come in?
So in 2006, I failed out of school by that time.
That ain't fun. Don't say it like that.
I did. I mean, it's a part of my history. Because you see me now, they'd be like, surely. But
you was unsuccessful. Can we say it that way?
Yeah, I did graduate though. Let's get it clear. I do have a degree.
Yeah.
All right.
Just had to come back.
Yeah, I had to come back.
Gotcha.
But went in 2006. Never thought about the military, but I felt like it was something I needed to do something, and I didn't want to go back home.
Right.
And went into the Army. They had the next train smoking. I signed up in January. I left February 5th.
Wow.
Right, of 2006. And have not stopped. It was probably the best move I could have made in my life. It taught me discipline.
Yeah, definitely. You mean too. I mean, like in a militant type way.
Am I, folks?
Definitely. And everybody who watching this, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Y'all hear this right here.
I got a military story. I've never shared this publicly.
Fox, you was in the military?
No.
Oh.
What you talking about?
Well.
No. I was going to go though.
Really?
I was going to the Marines. My senior year high school. Recruiter came down. I mean, man, he sold me on a good dream.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, you can do this. My grades was good. You can take this, man, make this. You can retire at 40 and you can start another. I mean, I was like, that sounds amazing. I was going to sign.
You seen the video?
Nope. Never saw the video. I remember going to school one morning. I stopped at a store right by the school. And this was before 9/11, but I don't know if y'all remember this. We was in Bosnia fighting. Mm-hmm. And I just remember going to that store and seeing a paper. And on the front page of the paper, it said, Marines go first, or something like Marines to buy, something like that. And I knew then that just was
not mine.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Listen, I tried to bag out the day before I left. My cousin, he's in the Air Force, and he came home to see me off. And I was like, this is not my thing. Like, what are they gonna be doing? He was like, you're gonna be exercising. I was like doing push-ups. And he was like, yes. I got down there and tried to do one push-up.
And couldn't do it?
I said, you think it's too late?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it was the best decision.
It was, and I think about that now because if I would have went to Marines, I graduated in 2000. The next year was 9/11.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely would have been
in the middle
of
yeah,
everything. I think about that all the time. So.
Oh, look at God.
I'm telling you, I just knew that. I knew when I saw that.
And the crazy thing is, when you said that, the unit I actually ended up being a part of was just coming back.
Wow.
When I got to my unit, I said, "Thank you, Lord."
Yeah, because I don't know about me, and much love to all of our those who serve our country. Thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
I just
thank us.
And I come from all the guys in my family went to the military. So we go military. You still singing?
Still singing. And the crazy thing is, not one person in the military knew I could sing.
Yeah, I can believe that. I definitely can believe that.
Until recently.
It's
so crazy.
Yeah,
that's like 19 years strong. Yeah.
So you do that. How we kind of moving into now.
Mm-hmm.
You singing in church. You keep singing in church, but you are now kind of, like I said, you're doing the Southern Soul thing.
Right.
So that's a story, gotta be, right?
It is.
Okay.
Let me see what's on your notepad.
Nothing for you to see. Nothing.
Ooh, child. Yeah. Okay, so it is a story.
Okay.
I think I've only told this story once.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell.
It's like a semi-exclusive, not a.
Yeah, I know. I've only told this once, and if someone did see it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But and Fox may know the story. I don't really know. So how we went over to Southern Soul, and let me say this: I actually love the blues anyway.
Okay? Really?
Oh yeah, I'm a blues fan anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna call you on that, but go ahead. I got a story behind it. Go ahead.
I'm a blues fan, but my background is church. That's kind of all I really know, to be quite honest with you. Now, my dad did sing. He signed to Malaco.
Really?
They sung the blues. Yeah, his entire family. So, right. It's, like I said, I really do like the blues, but my background was church. We went to church every day.
Yeah, church.
Every day.
Church.
Okay, church. So I've definitely been a praise and worship leader all my life. I was minister of music of a church. And I end up, someone asked, this is how I actually got to that. Let me say this. Someone asked me they needed a female for a band. It was for an event. And they was like, man, we wish we could have a female. And I was like, okay,
You'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
So, and I'm trying to think of who came first. Did that come first?
Give it back to her, Lord.
I know. I'm gonna say two incidents then. But it was a Christmas party. I want to say it was around Christmas. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So it was around Christmas. They needed a female, and I sung. I did the whole live band,
thing,
and sung it. And I don't think I did any blues. I'm almost positive I did Dixie Chicks actually, because I like country music.
Okay.
So I did that, and it was just so fulfilling.
Okay.
Let me say this. Even though I sing with a live band at church.
Yeah. It's different.
It is different.
It's different.
And I've always, let me be honest, I've always actually wanted to sing in a nightclub. That's so crazy.
It's not.
Don't talk about me, Saints.
I'm not.
Saints will be on that. Lord. I have, though. I think it's a thing because I've been in church all my life. And so, and mom, let me, I ain't gonna talk about my mama, but my mama just sung in a nightclub before. She used to sing with bands.
Okay.
But it's just been a bucket list type thing. So I was like, okay, that's off my bucket list, but it was just so fulfilling. And the next time I probably sung where people seen me really big was Terrence Davis asked me to sing at a Martin Luther King. He was doing something equipment, and I sung. And
that was about 2 years ago.
It was. It was. Yeah.
Dria, but you were singing before that, right?
No. Yeah, at church.
You didn't have a song then?
Not one.
You sure?
I promise you.
I remember that.
I didn't actually get a song till that next year.
Wow.
I didn't actually do a song until like that next April.
Okay.
But Terrence asked me to sing, and Terrence Davis, shout out to him.
Shout out to Terrence. T.
He asked me to sing, and I sung with Vibe Tribe, and it blew up. I shared it on Facebook, and it just blew up. From there, I started getting bookings. Okay. And so I was like, okay, girl, you might be doing something.
New level unlocked.
I know. All right, Jesus, thank you. For letting this gift open this door.
We're going to put the Lord in everything.
I know, we will. But, I did feel like there was an unlocking there. Let me say this. Yeah. So the next unlock was I was fired from being the minister of music at my church.
Okay.
And in all honesty, the direction that they were going in, the direction I was going in, it really didn't align. Okay. So that was understandable. It happens.
So, do you think, looking back at that now,
it was the best thing?
No, not that. Well, not that, but it was inevitable. It was going to happen sooner or later.
No.
You think that?
No.
Think that?
No.
Okay.
I think sometimes we stay.
Or was needed. Maybe that's a better word.
Right. Needed. I think it was needed. Okay. I have told my confidants that it probably was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Worst thing to happen. Wow. Yeah. Worst thing.
Worst thing. Okay. And because initially we look at it as, my God,
Yeah, that's the real side of
Yeah, that's the initial feeling you have about something that has happened to you that you want it really bad. Right. But when I say the best, because I've grown, I've learned, you tend to maneuver in a different light when you learn things more. So that's why I say it was really God's gift to me to say, hey, I need to move you in a different direction, and I need you to learn something here.
It's hard to grow when you're comfortable.
It is.
It's just like you said, that whole...
And if that hadn't never happened, I probably wouldn't have moved.
Right. And then, like you were saying earlier about the whole natural gift, a lot of times you don't seem to grow it because it's so easy. Like, what else do I need to do? Like, I could do this in my sleep. So.
I could do praise and worship. Yeah. Without a doubt, it's easy for me to say, and never mind. But
it's not good.
That's not good.
That is not good. That's how we...
To give the people anything. Yeah. This is why my favorite hashtag is always feed the people.
Feed people.
Because...
Chicken.
I know. And that's what we be feeding them.
Chicken.
Old chicken.
Gas station chicken.
Because we're used to doing it.
We're used to it. It's not... That's not church. That what happens a lot in church.
It is.
But that is across the board. I think the gap or the space between success and good is that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard, when you can do something easily, it is hard to motivate yourself sometimes. Mm-hmm. And if you're not in a situation where you can be self-motivated or you have others around you, you will get comfortable. Nobody's challenging you. And, I go through that all the time. Like, I try to always, everything that I do, I always try to do something new.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, but when you're comfortable,
it's easy.
It's easy not to. Yeah. You could do one little thing, you learn, and that's new to them. So you just do a little extra run. They say, "Whoa, glory to God, the Lord."
You've been in the presence.
I know. See, you ain't been nowhere. You know what? And that's and it was that was my story. Like, it was so easy for me to do it. I didn't have to study to do it because it was so easy to. I could move you like this with anything.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying. And we as a people, or we as the body of Christ, we got to be more mindful of what we receive. Just because.
We have got to go.
Okay.
What you just said. What you said.
We talk all the time.
Yeah. But what you just said is important because you said, how can I say this?
Say it right.
It is hard. Boy, give it to me the right way.
Give me a little
it's you can't expect people to grow to know what they're being fed. Mm-hmm. I feel that way to a certain degree. Like, they're going to be subject to what we give. That's why the leadership part is so important.
It is.
And that's, like I said, we're talking about church, but just general across the board.
And you shouldn't want to give them.
We see that in our country today, whatever side you believe or whatever, people gonna believe what is being said and with no regards to go check it out for themselves, to study it. Well, I saw it on TikTok. That don't mean it's true.
But this is my thing about us. When the word tells you to study, he don't mean just be studying the Bible. You know,
Well, yeah.
Study all of it. Study your politicians. Study your teachers.
You need to study
everything
because
research it.
But like you said, we need to be better about what we receive. It's a thing that we call groupthink, and I think as a large groups of people, we kind of turn our brains off and just go with what's trendy,
so much easier.
popular. And and people,
it's so much easier to turn your brain off.
A lot of people say I'm controversial. I don't feel that I am, but I'm. Wait.
I don't think you are.
Okay, good.
I don't think
I got one witness, but I am going to challenge you. If you tell me you believe ice cream is from rocks, I'm going to ask you why you believe that. And most people
can't tell you.
And then they get aggravated with me because I asked. And I'm like, well, you the one said it. I didn't bring
It's
it
your
to you.
belief, not mine.
So I really believe that's a big, anybody who knows me personally, I am going to challenge you to know what you believe. You can believe anything you want to, in my personal opinion, because that's you. But at least know why you believe it. Be able to answer. Anyway. But go ahead.
I know.
I'm sorry. That being fed is a thing that we're seeing, especially with social media, especially with media, sports media.
Our children.
We're given a narrative, and most of the time, people go with it without any check, without anything like that. But anyway, I got to get to you. Okay, so you get into this secular thing. You done went through all that.
I think in doing that, it just caused me to.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. In doing that, it just caused me to use my gift even more. Right. Yes, I could write. Right. Andria, yes, you can. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe you didn't have a song equipment. I just feel like you had.
At all. I had never recorded.
I just feel like you, but.
I would have sung one of them.
I did what I feel like you did. That's what I'm
did
saying.
not.
That's what I'm saying.
Go back. I did not.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah. So, yeah, I think that just took me away to focus. And let me say this, because what I'm about to say is probably going to be controversial as well. I think there's a sound in the earth, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, that saved folk need to be a part of.
Okay.
I remember telling a guy that was going to sing background for me. I said, if I was going to want anybody else to, we're talking about secular jobs.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If I was going to want anybody else to fix me a drink, to bartend for me, I would want him to be saved. Because for one, I don't want nobody throwing anything into my drink.
Okay.
That's why I use that.
Okay, got you.
Because, and I'm serious.
I did not know where you were going with that, but go ahead. Ooh, Lord, I was a good drink. Okay. Go ahead.
We ain't got nothing to drink either.
Okay, wait a minute. Woo.
No.
Save me.
But I was saying that because I think that we put so many emphasis on what's secular and what's right in church.
Right.
And in all honesty, most of our jobs are secular.
Yeah.
Half or all of them are.
Right.
If that was the case, we could just go teach, or I could go be HR in a Christian place. Right. So, and we're around all kind of people that's not saved. Okay.
All the time.
So I felt like that was a push for me to be in a place where my sound was heard.
Okay, you're making it make sense now.
I'm gonna bring it around. I'm gonna bring it around.
Because I was scared, but go ahead.
So that was a place for my sound to be heard.
Right.
Now, I think it is controversial for people to sing secular music and sing in the church.
Really?
It's just a thing. I almost said something.
You think that's controversial?
Yes, very much so.
I don't think that.
For musicians, it's not.
It's the same thing. You just said it's still an occupation.
No, I'm saying for music. You're right. Yeah, so I don't know what the double standard it is.
It's a double standard.
It is.
But you just prove it's a double standard.
It is. It's okay.
I don't. I feel like even me. My artistry. I do think there are different, not levels, but spaces. Mm-hmm. So for me, you could come to I think my show, anybody could come to. You bring your kids to it.
Mine too. Because by myself. If it was one by myself.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, my music kind of is not neutral, but I don't, what I like. But I don't think, I do feel and agree with you this, musicians or music in general is the only profession that is restricted church music. If we're a church musician, church singer, we're restricted to those four walls. And we're frowned upon when we go other places. For instance, if a doctor is a church member, he's going to see patients that are probably not saved. Mm-hmm. And there's not going to be nothing said.
And he can't
if you're a construction worker, you are a deacon.
And you building the club.
You're going to build a building that's probably not sacred.
That's true.
But for us, when we go do...
And the explanation that the church gives us is, of course, because, you don't want your sound. We talk about this sound now.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's so crazy. But, you don't want your gift to be used in a manner that is not conducive toward your lifestyle or the way you're living or, the
oh really?
What you're
yeah. Oh, okay.
So I think that's.
But I think that applies to everybody else too.
It does, but I don't know why.
Yeah, if you building buildings, I want you to use your gift.
You need to come build some more churches.
Yeah, right.
Nah,
for free too. How about that? Anyway? Okay. Let's keep going.
But like I said. I think it's a thing. So, but I just felt like my sound, and I just felt like I really do believe. This is my belief.
Okay.
I believe God was really calling me to the secular for a sound.
I got you. Oh, hey.
When people are touched by a sound and they still be like, "Girl, I know you go to church," and I'll be like, "Girl, yeah, I do." Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
I think there's a sound. If we want to keep the sound in church,
we're gonna miss it.
We gonna miss God. We gonna miss a bunch of people that could be saved because we want to keep the sound in church.
I'll go with you there.
So now people might argue and be like, "Dria, well, you ain't have to sing Southern Soul," and that's true. I can only say you're right. I did.
Listen, I went to a PJ Morton show. That's my guy, PJ.
Mine too.
And I was person I was with said. Because it was a moment. Like, it was a moment where, like, I was kind of looking like, what's going to happen? It was like people crying. Like, it was kind of that type of thing. Yeah. And somebody said, man, he missed his calling. He should have been a minister.
Did he?
And I said, no, he's right where he's supposed to be. He wouldn't be as effective as he, like, but that's how we look at it. You know what I'm saying?
And I've had shows and moments where people be like, man, you still got it. Yeah. Like, was I supposed to lose it because I played?
Well, that's the general thought.
Yeah. Well, you don't lose it. Now, and that I feel like you only lose if you're out of the will. But who can? Only your natural eye can tell me that I'm out of the will of God. My fruit, it shows that I'm in the will. So, and that's that's an opinion.
Okay, so, it's opinion based. Hey,
so.
Ooh. So you're doing Southern Soul. What are you doing now? What's going on?
I'm doing. What you mean? What I'm doing?
What you doing? Like, what's going on with you? Like, your singles, songs, projects, shows?
I have. I'm sorry. I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on with me? I'm singing still. Praise the Lord. But I definitely. I just had a show last week. I have 2 more coming up. I have an EP that I want to put out on my birthday.
Okay.
Which is November 24th. Y'all write that down.
November 24th.
I know. So that's what we're hoping to do. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. I also do want to do a gospel song because I wrote so many. And let me tell y'all something about Fox.
Wait.
Because I seen some stuff. And I'd be like, Fox, what you think? He'd be like, okay. I don't know what that means. It's horrible with. But my friend be.
That mean at the current time, I am kind of.
I appreciate it.
Perplexed.
I'm gonna say I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot. So listen, I wanted to do this segment on this special part of the show with you about church versus secular, But I think we done did that so much. I think all those questions are answered because that is a thing. You know, I think those are stereotypes we got to tear down.
Yeah.
And I think that those are like discussions we have to give voice to, narrative to. Like I said this last time. One of the purposes of this show is to give us a chance to give direction to the things that we do. Because so many things be said about us that have nothing to do with nothing.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I want people on here that is doing whatever.
Not whatever, but
whatever they're doing their thing, and they can explain that, give context to what they're doing. Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's important.
I think it's
important for you because a lot of people have a narrative or idea about you that they came up with.
What is it, Fox?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like people think they've seen you in church, now they see you doing this, and they think blah, 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 blah. And I want them to be able to look at this and say, okay, that makes sense. You know
yeah, so I think, and you're right. You're absolutely right. So the real narrative is I still love the Lord.
Yeah.
Like I'm still, when we talk about super saints, I'm still a super saint. Like I still love God. And I still love ministry, like in all honesty. Like I like, and this is what I like going on stage. Mm-hmm. And when I say feed the people, like I enjoy giving my gift to people, and they like, oh yes,
okay.
I enjoy that. That's the thing for me.
That's fair. So we're gonna get to the good part. Ooh. We got a game coming up.
I'm scared.
Don't be. First thing that come to mind.
Oh Lord.
Because we done talked about it. I mean, you should. Hey, at this point, you from Jackson? I always thought you from Starkville area. Anyway.
I mean, okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Okay.
That's
Here we
question.
go. First thing, what is your favorite song to sing?
Oh goodness. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Okay. I know, and I'm sorry, it's gonna be a gospel. It got to be a song.
Whatever song you came to mind.
Oh,
here's my worship.
Yep.
Phil Thompson. All right, your favorite song, not the same, just favorite song. Period.
My favorite song is it is by Jasmine Sullivan. Okay. Not I bust my windows out every time. No. And it was Boy I Need You Bad.
You know.
So and that's my, let me explain.
You ain't got to. Like, you ain't got to.
Why
you ain't got
to be a favorite song?
Lord Jesus. You got a story behind it?
No.
Okay, good. That's all we need to know.
No, and not at all.
Yeah. Favorite artist?
I got two.
Okay.
I felt like you was gonna ask me this, and I was like, "Oh, I have two, just because they are number ones in my book."
Okay.
And I know we talked about this person before.
Okay.
So, my two are Jasmine Sullivan.
I figured that one.
And Tasha Cobb. I knew he was gonna be like, "Now we just
y'all
listen."
I'm gonna share the post. Well, go ahead. I'm gonna share the post. Really? Okay.
Listen.
I know.
Listen.
Okay.
Tasha Cobb, and you go in the comments. If you go share the post. Go in the comments. Because what I said was I probably was one of her first fans.
You.
Oh my God.
No.
I ain't gonna say which Tasha I like.
No, please don't.
But I love Tasha Cobb because her and Jasmine Sullivan genuinely have a gift of like 1 and 2 feet. Like they really want to give their gift to people.
But you know that's hilarious.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You know. Okay. If you were not singing, if you weren't singing was a part of your life, what would you be doing?
I don't know.
That's kind of the answer.
I literally do not know.
Really? Oh, that's a first.
I can't say that.
Family, that's a first. She can't even answer that.
I cannot say that I would be doing anything else without singing. I mean, I work in HR. I mean, I'm human resources. Sense. Does it?
It probably I bet you upsetting them.
I'm the nicest person in the universe.
I do not believe it. Go ahead.
But yeah, I can't say. Okay. And that is so crazy. I don't have an artist that I would want to sing with.
Okay, I'm gonna alter this question specifically for you. Producer, musician. They can be in any of those. They ain't got to be a singer. A producer you want to work with. A musician you want to work with.
So a producer I would want to work with is Rodrick Fox.
You know what? Let's go on to the next question. I just knew I was going to get some. Anyway.
I'm so serious.
Okay.
I be working with everybody but me.
You know what? Here we go. The best advice you've ever been given.
Let's go back to that question.
Which one?
Who I want to work with.
Who you want to work? Okay. I'm going to take it.
All right.
Best advice you've ever been given.
This is the best advice I've ever been given, and I give it to my kids. Mm-hmm. So sing like only you can sing. Never be anybody else. Ever. Only be you.
I like that. Most memorable moment.
So my most memorable moment, like on stage or off stage?
Yeah, on stage. As an
on
artist.
stage as an artist?
Yeah. Something musically related. I guess it don't have to be on stage, but it's something musically
But it has to be, it is. So my son called me one day, and he was like, hey, what you doing? I was like, nothing, what you doing? He was like, nothing. He was like, Mama, guess what? I was like, what? He was like, your song on the radio.
Oh, well, I know that feels
And
good.
I was like, what? So I was like, okay. Now, you have to know my boys.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 boys. They are 14 and 13. And boys are so uninterested, okay?
In most stuff.
In most things.
Yeah. They'll humble you quick.
Very, okay? Very. And they do not. I had someone ask me this Thursday, do your kids know that you're Miss Dria? Yeah. And I said, they do. Yeah. But I'm their mama.
Yeah, they don't
like,
care
yeah,
about
girl,
that.
come on, we don't care about that. Yeah. So for him to do that meant like it was something to him, like, my mama on the radio. So that was like will be one of my forever memorable moments for my music, yeah.
Most craziest story.
So I wear wigs.
Okay, go ahead. That's a way to start off a story, boy.
I wear wigs.
Okay.
So, and this is actually a church thing. I was singing a song. I remember it was, I will call on the name of the Lord who is worthy to be praised. And I had a hat on and a wig. Mm-hmm. The hat came off. Now I'm used to stuff, just flying out, Baby, I didn't have a wig down.
With the wig inside the hat?
No, it was on my head, but the hat came off. And in my head, I was like, Lord, it's slipping.
Wait a minute.
It was slipping. And so I was like, Lord, if this wig come off, I'm going to have to continue to go forward.
Yeah.
I was already in it.
Call on his name.
But thanks be to God, it slipped. It was back here by the time I got done. But let me say this. People don't really realize it because I went and looked at the look back in. I went and looked at the playback as I always did. I was like, Lord, when I got done, I went back and was like,
yeah, just
I don't even
bring
care
it
no
down.
more.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me tell you something. Them wigs, y'all be mindful.
Yep.
Cause
seemed like y'all would kind of get, anyway.
They need to find a glue.
Yeah. All right, biggest accomplishment. She almost took me out.
Stop.
Okay.
My biggest accomplishment, music-wise, right, is hearing my music on the radio. And not just in Meridian.
Yeah, just
like I was riding in Alabama and I was like,
international.
No, stop.
It's okay.
Speak it, but stop. But yeah, I was in Alabama and I heard my music and I was like, oh, that's me. That's good. Now the crazy thing is I hate hearing myself sing.
Yeah, I've heard you say that before.
I know.
A lot of singers say that too. And I always say that if you don't want to hear you sing, why would anybody else want to hear you sing?
Because I can sing. Now, don't get it twisted.
But you gotta take that criticism. That criticism will come from you because you know.
Right. Yeah. So I think
just make yourself listen to it.
Ooh, it's hard.
You get so much better. I promise you.
You're probably right.
You'll stop doing the stuff that
what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. So future. Okay. You're in the future. What's next for Dria? What's next for Dria?
Hopefully what you said. My music is international. And more music to come. And more, so I want my music, I would hate to say this, but I don't know if this is good or bad. You tell me.
Right.
I would love for my music to be all over the place.
Right.
if that makes sense. So, and I say that because I want to do country song. I want to do, that type of
I think any artist should want their music to be
versatile.
Yeah.
So, I want versatility in my music. And I really want to continue to learn. So, I taught myself how to play the acoustic while I was overseas. I can only play one song.
Okay. Let's get to two.
So, I want to continue to
learn. Let me give you a little inspiration. Daniel House was on last. And I'm thinking, Daniel been playing
all his life.
And he was like, he just started 9 years ago, which is, so that's, get to it.
Yeah, it's at the house.
You can't want to play though.
I know.
Tasha taught herself.
She
to play.
did.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
And she said, quick to her husband. She wanted to do it. You know how sometimes y'all be like, I want to do this, want to do it, and then you start, you be like, nah. He was like,
I'm telling you, them calluses.
You got to get on it.
Them calluses.
Hey, but the trouble don't last always.
It does.
They go away.
And I had a first sergeant that played when I was overseas, and he was like, Scarborough, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. I actually ordered me acoustic and got it.
You'd be so motivated.
Listen. And got it shipped overseas. And he said, get ready. He said, there are going to be calluses on your hands. Yeah. I was like, stop it. Because, we didn't have our nails done. So I was like, stop it.
That's part of it.
Them calluses came, and I said, well, I'm going to let it heal. I'm going to let my hands heal, and then I'm going to get back to it. But I got one song in me.
Okay, let's go for two. let's shoot for two. All right, so that's what you got coming up. What advice would you give to someone who's looking up to you? They kind of like, hey, in that space where they are comfortable, but they know there's more. What's your advice?
Trust in the words that God has given you. And don't quit. There are moments, and even now there are moments, but there were definitely moments, even then, that I wanted to quit. It all, like, what? I'll just go be these kids' mama. Yeah. Go, support them, be a sports mom, and
because it's hard, I'm sure.
And continue. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. So, keep going.
Keep going.
If you have heard the voice of the Lord and you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing, continue to do that. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun at first because it's life. So you're just going to have some adversities. You're going to learn some things, but continue to move and keep going in that direction. It's the only way you're going to see the other side of that mountain.
Don't quit.
Please don't.
Last question for you. How we find you? Where your social media contacts with your hashtag, your handle.
Okay.
How you find you? What's your number? I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Because, honey, please don't. Miss Dria.
Miss Dria. With a Z.
MZ.
Okay.
Look up Miss Dria. Andria Pearson on Facebook, but if you look up Ms. Dria, you will find me. On Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, it is Ms. Dria, MZDRIA, First Lady of Southern Soul.
First Lady, boy, that's so churchy, y'all.
Listen, my sister, who is a First Lady.
Okay.
I had a hat on.
Oh, Lord.
And she was like, oh, look at the First Lady of Southern Soul. I was like, oh, baby, my sister done named it.
You got a veil on that hat?
I got me a little flower hat with a veil. I'm going to start wearing it. I was going to wear it here. But I didn't want to be too much. But friend told me to be good.
If you would have came in here with that veil on, boy. Y'all, listen, it's been another episode of Playing by Ear. Yay. I want to thank Dria for coming and being exactly who she is. We're going to have a performance, so I want y'all to check that out. Y'all, Miss Dria.
Thank you, guys. Spot, yeah. that's my baby. I know you say he's your man. I think it's time we go toe to toe and draw a line in the sand. See, I'm willing to climb every mountain and cross every sea. See, he's a kind of different man. I gotta keep him with me, baby, 'cause I got what he wants, got what he needs. When I get another shot, I'm going for the number one spot. Yeah, I got what he wants, got what he needs. When I get another shot, ooh, I'm going for the number one spot. Yeah. When I get another shot, I'm going for the number one spot. Ooh, I got what he wants, got what he needs. When I get another shot, I'm going for the number one spot. Yeah.